Dobry day and a very warm welcome to all the attendees present for the final edition of the Rediscover Maldives webinar series. Thank you for joining us. My name is Dauha Rashid and I will be your moderator for this session focused on the Russia and CIS region. The Rediscover Maldives webinar series is a part of Destination Awareness webinars to share information on how to navigate through the new normal of traveling, regain confidence of travelers in the destination, and portray Maldives as a safe haven, and to conduct the launching of must-do experiences in the Maldives. To start off, I would like to run through the agenda planned for today. We will be starting with introductory remarks by Mr. Toyib Mohammed, the Managing Director of Maldives Marketing and PR Corporation, the National Tourism Board of Maldives, followed by a statement from Mr. Asad Riza, the Deputy Minister of Tourism, and a small introduction from our PR representative of Russia and CIS region. This will be continued by the launching of our new campaign, A Dozen Must-Do Experiences in the Maldives. We are also very excited to have three of our industry partners, Mr. Kapil Mathur, Director of Sales of Grand Park Kodipar, Mr. Manujaya Fernando, Assistant General Manager, Sales and Marketing of Adaran Resorts and Heritage Ara, Ms. Carla Puvarel, General Manager, Conrad Maldives, Rangali Island, who will take you on a virtual journey to the Maldives. We will take one question after each experience presented by the properties. You may submit the questions through the chat box. Lastly, we will be answering some of your questions during the Q&A session. So without further ado, I would like to request our Managing Director, Mr. Toyib Mohammed, to give the introductory remarks. Over to you, Mr. Toyib.
Thank you, Dawa. Good afternoon from the Maldives. It is a great pleasure to welcome you to the Rediscover Maldives webinar series. As you may know, on 15 July this year, we reopen our borders, fully confident in the safety measures and preparations to ensure the protection of all visitors and people working in the tourism sector itself. Under the current circumstances, the geographical distribution of our islands and the one island, one resort concept guarantees that visitors get to enjoy their vacation in seclusion, as it offers a level of safety that can only be achieved in the Maldives. From arrival to departure, the procedures set in place are systematic and managed in a manner with the least inconvenience to visitors. Resort facilities and tourist establishments have been regulated to ensure that they are in line with the COVID-19 tourism guidelines. Liverboats and safaris have also resumed operations, and they are safe as they are self-contained and do not require contact with local population or visitors outside the group. This ensures that visitors can enjoy their vacation and various activities without any interruption. The good that has come out of Maldives reopening is that it creates a global confidence that Maldives is safe and is open, which is assuring for travel agents and wholesalers to sell. Today, I'm pleased to be meeting you all from the Russia and CIS markets. The Russian and CIS markets had 83,369 arrivals in Maldives last year, whereas 751 tourists have arrived since 15th July this year after we opened the borders. Some activities conducted within this market include an e-learning platform with Profit Travel, and an advertising campaign with 360 a TV channel. We also have sponsored Asia and Indian Ocean workshop by the travel media, which will take place this week. That being said, we are working together with our reps from the respective markets on more marketing efforts to constantly remind visitors that the Maldives is one of the most ideal and safest holiday destinations. We launched the Rediscover Maldives, the Sunny Side of Life campaign, simultaneously with the reopening of our border. Rediscover Maldives webinar series is part of the campaign to share information about the reopening of Maldives and highlight the safety and hygiene measures put in place to ensure that Maldives is a safe haven for both tourists and staff alike. While we all have been dreaming of travel, and Maldives being ranked second most Google post-lockdown holiday destination, it gives me great pleasure to be launching a dozen must-do experience in the Maldives during this webinar. We hope these special experiences would inspire you all to rediscover Maldives, the sunny side of life, and visit Maldives again. I hope this webinar provides you with important information about visiting Maldives and clarifies any questions you may have. Before I conclude, I would like to thank Mr. Asad Riza, Deputy Minister of the Ministry of Tourism, for taking the time out of his busy schedule to participate in this webinar and answer some of your questions. I would also like to thank TMI Consultancy from Russia and CIS Markets for representing the Maldives in these markets, especially during these unprecedented times. Last but not the least, I would like to thank our industry partners for their utmost support given to us. Thank you, Kapil, Director of Sales, Grand Park Kodipar, Manjua Fernando, Assistant GM, Sales and Marketing, Adaran Resorts and Heritage, Ara, and Kala Puvaral, General Manager, Conrad Maldives, Rangali Island. I thank you all for your time in joining the webinar today. I welcome you all to come and rediscover the Maldives, the sunny side of life.
Thank you, Mr. Tayyib. Now, I would like to request the Deputy Minister of Tourism, Mr. Asad Riza, to continue the session. Mr. Asad Riza.
Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum. Very good morning and good afternoon to you all. As Maldives is now easing out of lockdown and has reopened our borders, we are still adjusting to the new normal. We do so by enforcing strong precautionary measures for the tourism industry, from port of entry to transfers to the places of accommodation. Safe travel and guideline for restart in tourism are some measures enforced by the country's health authorities and the tourism industry. It has facilitated the reopening of the Maldives' world-class tourism industry while ensuring the safety of our residents as well as the visitors. Safety is our priority, and with the current measures in place, despite the little inconvenience, we ensure it is now safer for all the visitors. There are also guidelines that will evolve as we go along, and we rediscover tourism through resilience, a united response, and with confidence and convenience. We use this crisis as an opportunity to rediscover a new normal through unity and harmony. I would like to take this opportunity to inform you all that we have announced the reopening date of our guest house industry as 15th of October 2020. At the same time, I would like to thank you all, our PR agents, tour operators, and our tourism industry for your continuous support and effort in bringing tourists from Russia and CIS market. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Asad. Now I would like to request Ms. Helene Lloyd, founder and director of TMI Consultancy, our PR representative of Russia and CIS region, to say a few words. Ms. Helene.
Helene, your mic is muted.
Sorry about that. Дорогие друзья, спасибо вам, что вы присутствуете сегодня с нами, извините. Я Хелен Ллойд, директор TMI, и представляю вам из Санкт-Петербурга. Хотел бы благодарить вас за то, что вы с энтузиазмом отключили на нашу инициативу и приглашение. И хотел бы еще раз приветствовать нашу компанию в Москве, с кем вы можете обсуждать вопросов с сфер по поводу Мальдивов. Наверное, много вас уже узнали мои коллеги Кира, который находится в Москве. Кира работает в московский офис и координирует все вопросы, связанные с организацией вебинар, фам-тур, участие на выставке и других мероприятиях. Кроме Кира, в офисе работает еще несколько человек в наша команда, которая занимается преждеведением Мальдив в пресс и занимается вообще пиар Мальдив в России. Мы рады отметить, что Мальдив открылась, граница для путешественников уже 15 июля, и несмотря на что регулярный рейс, возможно, не так много сейчас, мы ожидаем, конечно, путешественников не только из России, но тоже из Украины и из Беларуси. И мы вам видим, что с каждый день спрос растет. Спасибо большое.
Спасибо, Ms. Helene. Now we have come to the most anticipated part of this session. We will now be launching our campaign, A Dozen Must-Do Experiences in the Maldives. I would like to kindly request our Managing Director, Mr. Toyib Mohammed, to proceed. Mr. Toyib.
It gives me a great pleasure to be launching A Dozen Must-Do Experiences in Maldives.
Experience the sunny side of life. A dozen must-do experiences in the Maldives. Fly above the islands. Witness the beauty of the Maldives by soaring through the sky on a seaplane. Get a bird's eye view of the islands, sandbars and lagoons scattered across the blue ocean. This will surely be a breathtaking experience. Floating breakfast in an infinity pool. Start your breakfast in style and indulge in a fantastic breakfast spread. Treat yourself to the perfect floating breakfast while in the comfort of your own private pool. Remember to take a photo and post it on social media. Live like a local. Live like a local on one of the many islands in the Maldives. Join their laid-back lifestyle. Play football with the children. Enjoy a home-cooked meal. Or simply sit by the beach and sip on a cup of black tea while watching the sunset in the horizon. Welcome to the hidden side of paradise. Stay at your own private overwater villa, perched over crystal blue waters with iconic boardwalks and thatched roofs. Overwater villas are the ultimate source of luxury and privacy in resorts. With the one island, one resort concept in mind, visitors are guaranteed a romantic getaway in seclusion. If you are looking to escape the humdrum of city life and daily woes, this will be perfect. Swim freely in harmony with nature. The Maldives is one of the best countries in the world for swimming and snorkeling. You can snorkel at a UNESCO Biosphere Reserve with manta rays, nurse sharks, sea turtles and even whale sharks if you're lucky. Bar Atoll and Ari Atoll are the best locations for this experience. Exquisite underwater dining experience. Exceptional dining experiences await under the sea, amidst vivid views of fascinating coral gardens, flora and fauna. With flavorful menus on the table and luxury guaranteed, the feeling of being underwater is truly special. Treehouse Adventures. Looking for an unforgettable adventure? Or simply an escape amidst the rich tropical vegetation? Book yourself a stay at a resort with luxury tree houses in the Maldives. Bubble tent on a beach. A cosmic experience under the stars in an idyllic stay at a spectacular new luxury glamping concept. The first of its kind in the Maldives, the Bubble Up on a Beach tent at Finalu. Plant a coral and help conserve the environment. Help us save and conserve our underwater beauty by planting a coral and helping in its preservation while you stay in the Maldives. Sunset fishing. With a rich marine heritage, Maldives is one of the world's top destinations for fishing and practices sustainable methods of pole and line fishing. Sunset fishing is an experience not only reserved for fishing enthusiasts, but for anyone who wishes to enjoy a magical sunset out at sea. Experience mystic illuminated shores at night. Have you ever walked along the seashore at night and seen it illuminated by a blue glow? This magical phenomenon is actually created by bioluminescent planktons. Witness the rare beauty in the Maldives. Movie night under the stars. Spice up your date night with the outdoor cinema under the stars. Enjoy your favorite movie under the starry Maldivian sky. The intimate setting is just the private experience you have been waiting for.
Thank you, Mr. Toyib. I am definitely tempted to try some of these myself. Maldives is renowned for its innovative tourism products, and we are very honored to be one of the first in the world to bring you such experiences. Do let us know which experience is the most tempting for you by hashtagging your favorite experience with hashtag Visit Maldives on Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter. That being said, we would now be highlighting three of the 12 experiences showcased in the launching video. The first video showcases the very beginning of your vacation in the Maldives. Soaring through the skies as you fly above the islands gives you a glimpse of the beauty of this country.
Witness the beauty of Maldives by soaring through the sky. Get a bird's eye view of the islands, sandbars and lagoons scattered across the blue ocean. This will surely take Rediscover Maldives, the sunny side.
An adventure in a treehouse amidst the rich tropical vegetation is something you might not want to miss out on. Here is to reliving your childhood in a magical way.
Looking for an unforgettable adventure or simply an escape amidst the rich tropical vegetation? Stay at a resort with luxury tree houses in the Maldives. Rediscover Maldives, the sunny side of life.
The third video shows us how you could do one single deed and help save our rich marine life, plant a coral, and help in its conservation.
Help us save and conserve our underwater beauty by planting a coral and helping in its prevention while you stay in the Maldives. Rediscover Maldives, the sunny side of life.
We hope that all the attendees enjoyed the experiences presented. I would like to allow 3 of our industry partners who are present with us to showcase their own unique experience. Please note that the respective representatives from the establishments would be taking one question directly after their presentations, so please drop your questions into the chat box below. Moving forward, the first experience will be showcased by Grand Park Koddipar. I would like to request their Director of Sales, Mr. Kapil Mathur, to say a few words.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Kapil Mathur, and I'm the Director of Sales at Grand Park Koddipar. It's a privilege to be presenting our products to our lovely partners joining in today from Russia. So a bit of an introduction about the resort. Our resort is a park hotel group from Singapore, and we are located 20 minutes from the Vilana International Airport, so on a short distance speedboat ride. We opened in June 2017, so it's about 3 years that the resort is in operation. As you can see in the backdrop, we have the lovely water villas. The property has 120 villas on the island, divided into a mix of beach and overwater accommodation. We have the majority of the overwater villas, 102, and the rest on the land, which is the beach pool villas. So talking about the USPs of the property would definitely be the short distance from the Vilana International Airport, which makes it very convenient for anyone arriving on a long haul flight to be staying at the property, because just a 20 minutes ride, you're at the property, at the resort, and in your villa already enjoying your holiday. Secondly, the entry level category is the water villa, which at the other resorts is usually the beach. So that gives you a price competitiveness and affordability for the guests to enjoy their accommodation as a overwater. And also, as you can see, we have the beautiful house reef on the island, active house reef, where we also do a lot of coral plantation, which we just saw in one of the experiences, as we have our own marine biologist, which helps the guests to experience the beautiful flora and fauna and the marine life on the island. On the resort, we have various dining options. We have 3 F&B outlets on the property, offering different varieties and different cuisines. And also, in terms of the experiences, while we welcome the families, we also welcome the travelers, honeymooners, guests celebrating special occasions. So we have a varieties of private dining experiences, right from sandbank dining to dining on the villa deck or dining anywhere on the island. Also, some unique experiences like floating breakfast in your private pool villas, movie under the stars, one of the few experiences to name. The resort is equipped with a beach club that offers a guest to have a recreational area for playing games like table football, billiards, to name a few. We have a kids club on the island, which is used by the kids of age from 3 to 12 years of age. And we also have a gymnasium located on the upper floor, offering panoramic view of the entire ocean. Guests can also embark on a beautiful health and wellness journey using our spa, where we use the organic products called Comfort Zone. And we do complimentary yoga sessions in the morning and in the evening for all our guests to enjoy. Of course, a wide variety of water sports, diving, and excursions for you to keep yourself entertained. So this is all we have at Grand Park Koddipar. So we'll play the video for you to see the look and the feel of the resort. And you can see that how the resort. So the concept of the resort is rustic cottage style. It's a very bohemian chic with the elements of Oriental and a bit of a Maldivian touches. So the video which will be played now will show you how the property looks like.
Thank you, Mr. Kapil. Since we do not have any questions on the chat box, I will take one question from the present questions. This question is from PEC Group. I would like to request Mr. Toyib to answer this question. What are the rules of entry to Maldives?
Before entering Maldives, a confirmed booking in a tourist establishment registered with the Ministry of Tourism is mandatory. A list of tourist establishments currently operating is available on the Ministry of Tourism and our Visit Maldives website. The Ministry of Tourism has also allowed the system to split stay. Split stays are permitted between resorts that meet all compulsory requirements under the split stay guideline approved by HPA. Requests for approval of split stays should be submitted to the Ministry of Tourism 2 days at least prior to the traveling day. A 30-day free visa on arrival is issued to tourists of all nationalities. However, during this situation, an online health declaration form should be filled and submitted within 24 hours prior to departure. All travelers arriving to Maldives require a mandatory negative PCR test, which is done maximum 72 hours before departure, and an online health declaration form needs to be filled 24 hours before arrival, and PCR test for infants aged less than 1 year is exempted. And the PCR test results also should be uploaded with the health declaration forms. Symptomatic patients have to undergo a PCR test, and tourists with the history of contact with a confirmed case of COVID-19 within 14 days prior to arrival must be examined by the doctor at the designated health screening clinic area, and a sample should be taken. All travelers are required to wear face masks and sanitize as much as possible. Moreover, to make contact tracing easier, all tourists are encouraged to install the contact tracing app, Trace Eki, to be able to navigate within the Maldives. Contact tracing should be done for the symptomatic patients. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Toyib. Next, Adaran Resorts will showcase their unique experience. I would like to request their Assistant General Manager, Sales and Marketing, Mr. Manujaya Fernando, to say a few words.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Warm greetings from sunny side of life to all our partners in Russia and CIS countries. So my name is Manujaya Fernando. I'm representing Adaran Resorts and Heritage Zara. So let me talk about Adaran. Is a well-known brand in all-inclusive in Russian market and all around the world. We are offering the service in gold, the meaning of Adaran, giving all the value additions and the best all-inclusive in Maldives. So we have 4 resorts in Maldives, especially when we talk about our Adaran Club Ranali, which is sponsored by Speedboat and offering standard all-inclusive and offering value for money. And also Adaran Select Miduparu, which is in Riot, all transferred by Seaplane, offering premium all-inclusive, all the branded alcohol, and also the dine around concept. And not only that, even in the price, all the excursions and non-motorized water sports, all value addition is included. Even Adaran Prestige Vadu, which is our closest resort to Maldives and Male Airport, and also only 15 minutes transfer, we are offering the unique boutique resort experience with a premium all-inclusive. So Adaran is always offering the value for money product, which is a very all-inclusive product with the premium all-inclusive. And let me highlight about our new property, which joined 1.5 years ago, Heritage Zara, which is well known in Russian and CIS market. That is in Ra at all. Heritage Zara offers contemporary Maldivian experience. Whoever comes to Heritage Zara, we give the Maldivian experience with the welcome with the Maldivian dance and greetings with the marhaba. That's how they welcome to Maldives. And we welcome each and every guest with the Maldivian experience. And the uniqueness of this resort is our premium all-inclusive, our dine around concept. We have 5 restaurants. We take every guest who comes to Heritage Zara into a free and easy dining experience, which is experience different kind of cuisines and different kind of experiences of dining. And also we have a premium branded of alcohol and more than 70 variety of cocktails, and also more than 30 to a variety of wine selection included in the price. Not only that, even the massage excursions, non-motorized water sports, cocktails and ice creams selections, and most of the things are included in the price. And the uniqueness is our beach villas and the water villas. Water villas comes with the duplex, which is ideal for honeymooners, couples. They can experience the beauty of Maldives with the unique water villa. And our first infinity overwater swimming pool, which is also available in Maldives, and not to forgetting Medispa, with whoever would like to come and experience first Maldivian Medispa in a resort, and which is offering minor cosmetic treatment. So we would like to welcome everybody from Russia and CIS countries to come and experience the Maldivian best all-inclusive brand resorts, Adaran Resorts and Hilton Zara, and enjoy the holiday in Maldives. And also all our resorts have following all the health and safety protocols from the government, and all the guests be assured all the safety, all our guests. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Manujaya. I will now take one question from the questions sent during the registration. This question is from SV Tour. I would like to request Mr. Asad Riza to answer this question. The question is hotel opening schedule and which hotels can provide COVID-19 tests for return flights.
Thank you. Resort hotels located on uninhabited islands are open. However, the hotels in Malé region, the capital city, and Hulu Malé are yet closed for travelers. As travelers not permitted to visit the capital island yet due to the COVID spread in the capital city. A list of tourist establishments currently operating is available on the Ministry of Tourism and Visit Maldives website for tourists who require COVID-19 test result to return their countries of origin or another destination. Testing services are available in the Maldives. This can be arranged through a destination or resort representative. Tourists who require negative PCR test result for their outbound flight or onward destination will not be taken to the airport for departure without a negative test result. So what we do is we take a sample at the resort and we send it to the lab. And once the result has been released, then the tourist can be transferred to the airport. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Asad Riza. And finally, Conrad Maldives will showcase their unique experience. I would like to request their General Manager, Ms. Carla Puvarel, to say a few words.
Good afternoon. Hi, my name is Carla. I'm the General Manager of Conrad Maldives Rangali Island. Thank you so much for inviting us to your webinar today and to Rediscover Maldives. Conrad really is an iconic property. It's a property of firsts. We were the very first resort to have overwater villas, an overwater restaurant, an underwater restaurant, and we're the very first property to have an underwater residence where you can sleep. So today we're going to talk about one of our very special experiences, which is Eater, our underwater dining restaurant. It's a really, really, really stunning experience. We do lunch there as well as dinner. You could also hire out the restaurant as well, and you can do your wedding or your anniversary celebration too. It is a set menu for lunch or for dinner. It's geared around seafood. It's very seafood centric, and it's also paired with wine and champagne. But we can also tailor make-up menus for you as you would like to have them as well. in the resort, we've also got our 2 beautiful spas. We've got other dining options, and then the underwater residence, the Maraca, where you can sleep in as well. So if you want to have a look, we've got our new Rediscover video of Ita restaurant for you to have a look at.
Thank you, Ms. Kala. Thank you all for virtually transporting us to the unique experiences of your properties. I hope everyone is excited to tick these off your bucket list. This leaves us at the last component of our webinar session, the Q&A segment. I will now be going through some of the questions that were raised prior to the webinar, some from the chat box itself, and allowing the panelists to answer these questions. The first question is from Planeta Tour. Can a client visit 3 islands at once as part of a vacation? I would like to request Mr. Toyib to answer this question.
Yes, of course, tourists can visit COVID-19 free islands under the new system, split stay. Split stays are permitted between resorts that meet all compulsory requirements under the split stay guidelines approved by the Health Protection Agency. Requests for approval of split stays should be submitted to the Ministry of Tourism 2 days prior to the traveling date. But the question was, can a client visit 3 islands at once as part of a vacation? I think Deputy Minister Assad can elaborate a little bit more and what can be done. Assad?
Thank you, Tayyib. As per the guidelines, split stays may be taken between islands that has no suspected or reported or any confirmed case of COVID-19. But on the guideline, we have written between 2 islands, which means split stays always will be done in 2 islands. So if somebody wants to, stay in 3 islands during the complete holiday, it can be done unless there is no suspected or reported or any confirmed COVID case.
They really want it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Tayyib, and thank you, Mr. Assad. There is one question from the chat box for the General Manager of Conrad, Ms. Kala. Is Conrad Rangali fully open now? Are there any news on the renovations completion?
We actually open on the 28th of September. My apologies, I didn't say that earlier. And we're super excited to be welcoming back all of our guests. All of our beach villas have been renovated, and there's a planned renovation for some of our overwater villas in Rangali Island next year.
Thank you, Ms. Kala. The next question is directed to Mr. Asad Reza. Is it necessary to translate the COVID-19 certificate from Russian to English? Does the insurance cover possible treatment of COVID-19?
Thank you. Previously, the guideline mentioned that the test result has to be in English. However, we have removed it as there were difficulties to get an English document from some countries. Hence, departure to Maldives and details of all cost COVID-19 PCR testing and quarantine and treatment can be passed on to the tourist by the place of stay and are borne by the guest. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Asad. The next question is from Meg Avia Service regarding the opening dates of hotels. I would like to request Mr. Toyib to answer this question.
Already the resorts are open, most resorts, and resort hotels located on uninhabited islands are open. However, hotels in the main capital island are yet closed as travelers are not permitted to visit the capital island, Male, where I am and I'm stuck.
Thank you, Mr. Toyib. I have one more question for you. What are the new requirements for the validity of the tourist passport?
Tourists must have at least 1 month validity from the date of expected departure in the Maldives. A 30-day on arrival visa is granted and tourist visas extensions shall be made available to long stay tourists and tourists who may require visa extensions due to quarantine measures without any further fees. Tourists must provide emergency contact information during the visa issuance process. So basically we need a 30-day.
Thank you, Mr. Toyib. The next question is for Mr. Asad Reza. What medical documents are required to enter the country?
Thank you. An online health declaration form should be filled and submitted within 24 hours prior to departure. This form is available on Imuga Maldives, that's the immigration website. All travelers arriving to Maldives require mandatory negative PCR test, which is done maximum 72 hours prior to departure. And an online health declaration form needs to be filled within 24 hours before the arrival. PCR test for infant age less than 1 year exempted. So basically the health declaration form and negative PCR test, this both document has to be submitted on online to immigration Imuga website, so that when they arrive, all the formalities has been done. So it won't take much time to enter the Maldives. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Asad. The next question is also for you. When will all restrictions be cancelled?
As you all know, it's a fluid situation, so we really don't know when it can be done, but every week, at the end of every week, we review and we look how the measures can be eased. And our hope for the following months is that the Maldives tourism industry will be able to recover and continue to thrive in the aftermath of pandemic. It is challenging, but with carefully planned guidelines and standard operating procedures, we aim to deliver the best possible experience for our tourists. There are no set dates on when all the restrictions will be lifted. However, there's a phased easing of lockdown restrictions in place, and these restrictions are monitored and brought about changes regularly and accordingly. Several flights have also resumed operations to the Maldives despite the restriction. I would like to highlight recently direct flight from Russia Aeroflot also has resumed the operation. So there's no set date, but we'll review in every other week and we'll ease down the measures that has been taken. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Asad. One last question for you. How does the transit facilities at Male and Hulumale operate?
Thank you. At the moment, as Tayyib has mentioned, hotels in Male and Hulumale is not allowed to operate as they have been operated in normal situation. However, we have issued approvals to hotels in Male and Hulumale, and with the approval, only tourists on transit, that is layover, and those who are waiting for departure transfer, and flight crews with a crew visa are allowed to stay and utilize the service for a time period of no longer than 48 hours. All tourists awaiting departure must have a confirmed return ticket within 48 hours from check-in to the transit facility. Furthermore, tourists awaiting transfers in transit facilities are required to present a booking confirmation made prior to their arrival to an approved tourist establishment, and tourists are required to stay within the premises of the transit facility at all times until their departure. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Asad, and thank you, Mr. Tayyib. That would be all the questions that we can take for today. Before wrapping up the Q&A session, I would like to give the opportunity for the industry partners to say something before concluding the session.
I'd like to say thank you to everybody for participating in today. We look forward to welcoming your lovely clients on our shows very soon. It's really a good news for us that the Aeroflot flights have started now to fly to the Maldives, and eventually and gradually we will see an increase in Russian bookings. So we look forward to welcoming your guests to Grand Park Puriparu, Maldives. Thank you very much once again for giving us this opportunity to speak today's forum. Thank you.
On behalf of Adaran Resorts and Heritage Zara, I would like to thank everybody who participated for this webinar. Also, we would like to welcome all the Russian guests to Maldives, and we make sure all this health and safety facilities in our resorts and to have a pleasant holiday. And we have given a very special rates for the Adaran Resorts and Heritage Zara. I'm sure with these Aeroflot operations that people will come to Maldives. And at this moment, I would like to thank Ministry of Tourism in Maldives, and also Mr. Toib, and also MMPRC staff for this lovely organizing for these events to promote Maldives. And thank you very much once again.
I'd like to thank all of you for inviting us to join this webinar, and thank you for all of your time. I'm pretty sure that our brand new beach villas will be the perfect sanctuary for all of your guests, and our underwater dining experience will be a wonderful attribute to their stay, as well as our new wellness program. We've also got a lot of Russian-speaking staff on the team, so that will make their stay more comfortable and just give them a little bit more extra peace of mind for their next vacation. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Now I would like to request our Managing Director, Mr. Toyib, to say a few words before the final closure of the session and the Rediscover Maldives webinar series. Mr. Toyib.
Thank you. Thank you, Kala, Manja, Kapil. I would like to go there and experience it firsthand. Anyways, thank you so much for everyone, especially the Russian travel trade who has participated in this webinar, and our PRs, Helen and Kira, well done, thanks, and the 3 industry partners, thanks a lot, and Asad, Deputy Minister for Tourism, who has taken some questions. And before I conclude, I would like to say, to add on something in relation to our requirements by restrictions, a question that was posed. All these restrictions is for the betterment and safety for the tourists and our staff and the population across Maldives. So these restrictions, easing of restrictions is based on what's happening around the world as well. We also would like to ease the restrictions, and we hope to see this happening soon. And in concluding, this is the final webinar of this series. And I myself have seen a lot of experiences during this 4 webinar series. And I've seen some of the experiences that's being showcased by the industry partners are really amazing. So there's a lot more than hundreds of experiences to be explored. And I hope our friends from the Russian market will see the best opportunity to come, visit, and explore and rediscover the Maldives, the sunny side of life. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Tayyib. And thank you to all the panelists for providing important information regarding traveling in the new normal to the Maldives, and to the industry partners for sharing wonderful, unique experiences. We would like to express our sincere gratitude to our industry partners and PR representatives for their invaluable support in making the Rediscover webinar series a success. And of course, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us in the final session of our Rediscover Maldives webinar series. We hope all the participants enjoyed the experiences presented, and similarly hope that the session was very informative as well. We wish you all a wonderful day ahead, and thus conclude the webinar session. Thank you.
Thank you.